I'm recording a video at the moment where I ask random people in Battlefield servers some questions about the game. Would you be okay with me recording you asking a couple of questions?
Yeah, go ahead.
Cool, thank you. What's one thing that you love about this game?
Well, this is the first multiplayer game I've played since probably Battlefield 2, so I don't know, it's kind of fun just to play.
Just enjoy the gameplay.
Yeah, pretty much.
What's one thing that you dislike about the game?
I don't know, it's, for me it's at least a little difficult to get used to after playing the original Battlefield 1942 and Battlefield 2. It's a little different.
Do you know what RSP stands for?
Can you remind me?
It stands for Rental Server Program. So this game doesn't have rented servers. Do you think that's important for Battlefield games, or you don't care about it?
Well, from what I remember, the older Battlefields, pretty much it was, well, it wasn't really rental servers, but it was you play on your own server, and which was kind of nice.
Within the context of BF5, does it bother you that you can play as women, with it being a World War II game?
No, not at all.
How often do you play this game?
Probably a dozen or two times on a weekend.
Right. And what's one thing that you would love to see added to the game? Anything that you want?
Right now, not really. I know it's kind of supposedly going to be, they progress the war, so I wouldn't mind seeing, like, Pacific or the Russian fronts or things like that.
Do you prefer this game or Battlefield 1942?
I would say I like this game. The one thing that I have read about Battlefield 1 that I'm glad they didn't put in this one is the whole spotting thing.
Right, so you like that it's a bit more hardcore?
Oh yeah, as we're talking I can see the enemy moving up right now, so that's kind of fun. Yeah, I'm one of those players, I don't care about my kill-death ratio, I don't care about any of that other stuff, so...
If you continue to play Battlefield games, where would you like the next game to be set? Where do you want them to take this franchise?
I wouldn't mind, like, maybe a Vietnam or even a Korea. Yeah, I don't...
Oh, that's...
I'm a big fan, bro.
It's a Battlefield moment right there.
Yeah, you got that on camera, didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Cool. Well, you know what, Springfield, dude, thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Hey, no problem. Nice talking to you. I've seen all your videos and they're pretty good.
Oh, thank you so much, man. Have a great evening.
Alright, take care.
What's one thing that you don't like about this game?
I don't know. Nothing.
Nothing. You like everything.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you think the game's missing? Like, what do you want to see added to the game?
Maybe, yeah, more maps. A lot of closer maps, you know, like in cities.
Oh, you prefer, like, infantry combat?
Yeah.
Do you play a lot of BF5? How often do you play?
Like, every day now?
Do you know what RSP stands for?
Not exactly.
Do you think that rented servers that people can customize, are they important, or do you not care about them?
I don't really care, actually, but it would be nice for, like, the whole big community thing. I don't know.
So, are you looking forward to Firestorm Battle Royale, or do you not care about that?
I don't care about that at all.
What's your favourite ever Battlefield game?
I played BF4. That was my favorite.
With the next Battlefield game, where do you want to see it go? What setting?
Maybe... no. They have they have probably some people high up that knows, like, does that thinking. I don't know. I just like to play VV2 games.
Right, so for you as a player, you don't really care what the setting is, you just enjoy the Battlefield type gameplay.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool, awesome. Well, that's all, man. Thank you so much for your time. Hope you have a nice day.
Yeah, you too. Catch you later.
What? Are you recording?
I'm doing a video at the moment where I just go into random servers and ask people a few questions about the game, just to see what people actually think about it. Would you be down for answering a few questions?
I have no question. I just want to say you, Jack Frags, you are the boss. I love you. But I'm very, very low in English. I'm a stupid French people, and I don't understand English.
You sound great. What do you dislike the most about Battlefield 5?
Oh, I love this game, but I'm very low. I'm very low player. No skill, no IM. But I just running running and die.
Did you play Battlefield 1, and do you think this game is better than Battlefield 1 or worse?
Yeah.
Yes. With those we played BF1, and we like the two Battlefield, but I prefer Battlefield 5 because it's World War II. I love this. World War II is not a good war, but it's the story of a lot of nations, and it's nice to see the weapons, tanks. It's good. I like it.
Are you guys looking forward to the Firestorm Battle Royale, or do you not care about it?
The Battle Royale is not for me. Is not important. I just play Battlefield on this map.
For the next Battlefield game, do you want a modern game, a game in the past, sci-fi? How do you feel?
Okay, I love the past. I love the history. It's the things for I love Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5. I don't like sci-fi or modern war.
Is there anything that annoys you about the game?
Okay. Oh, nothing. You say I'm 30 years old. I play for the fun, and when I no fun, I stop the game and I go running, or I go sports.
Cool. Well, thanks for your time. I really appreciate that.
You're welcome. I hope to see you later, bro. Bye, Jack.
One thing that you dislike about this game?
No hardcore mode yet. Being able to actually kill somebody with one bullet would be kind of nice as a sniper.
So what's one thing that you love about this game?
Well, that it's actually based in World War II in some form of it.
Do you know much about the Battle Royale mode, Firestorm, and are you interested in it or don't really care?
I've never heard about it. Is this something related to Battlefield? Never heard about it, and I don't really enjoy Battle Royales because, generally speaking, if it was based off of other video games, you kind of go in with no guns. And I like the idea of actually having some form of progression in a game, and you keep what you get in some sense.
Is there anything that you think BF5 is missing?
Well, if it was based off of Battlefield 1942, then I would love to see some naval stuff. And yeah, I think that would be cool, being able to land-based an island with heavy artillery from a bad destroyer or something like that would be interesting. Yeah, because I remember playing Battlefield 1942 when I was younger, right?
Within the context of BF5, how important is historical accuracy to you? Like, for example, do you mind that you can play as a woman in this game?
The gender bit, I actually don't really care about. It's the fact that everyone can use whatever weapon they want, in some sense. Like, it's not faction-based. Just seems kind of odd to me, being that I do enjoy history and the kind of taking it out of perspective. But granted, it is a video game, so everyone has their opinion, right?
First of all, do you know what RSP stands for?
I do not.
Okay, so BF5 doesn't have rented servers. Like, it doesn't. You can't buy your own server and customize it. Do you think that's important?
Well, I believe being able to customize a server, that means allowing certain weapons in and maybe respawns and things like that, correct?
Yeah.
Like quicker respawns for vehicles. I kind of think that would be cool because that's how it used to be, if I'm not mistaken. Some servers did, like a Battlefield 5, Battlefield 3 or 4. I think there was even like a Scouts and Knives server, if I remember correctly. But and I heard one in Battlefield 1 that there was all nothing but bolt-action rifles, similar to like how World War I really was. And I think that's only possible with you know, that type of renting servers and kind of letting people have their freedom to do what they want. The only downside to it is abusive admins.
For Battlefield as a franchise, where do you want it to go? Like, in terms of the setting, do you prefer historical, modern, sci-fi? What do you want to see?
Not too sure, actually. Now that I actually got a World War II setting, I'm kind of okay with where they are now. It'd be cool if they did more on like the Pacific and Japan and that kind of side of things, because we've always seen games where it's, you know, America versus Germany or something of that nature, and it's kind of getting boring. It would be cool maybe if it was in a different perspective, like maybe if it was in a different like maybe a Soviet perspective fighting the Germans. Like if they could do something of that nature, that would be interesting. That's probably more of like a DLC or something. I don't even know if they're going to do DLCs, but you know what I mean.
What do you love about BF5?
One thing, the hardcoreness, I suppose.
Okay, and anything that you dislike about the game?
Maybe there is no hardcore mode, like mod hardcore even.
Did you play BF1? And if you did, do you think that BF5 is a better game than BF1?
It is, because BF1 I played like 20 hours and I just quit it. I didn't like it that much.
How often do you play BF5?
Every evening, basically.
So it's like your main game at the moment, right?
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to Firestorm, or do you not really care about it?
That I think it's fine. I don't really like battle royale games, but I'll try it out.
Do you think the game needs more maps, or are you happy with what it's got at the moment?
No, it have to have more maps, but as all Battlefield games, just takes time.
And you're prepared to wait for that, you're quite patient.
You know, I got like 5 of my friends play this game, so I have fun with them every evening, so I can wait.
So for you, I guess it's just about like playing with your friends and having fun and enjoying the game that way.
Yeah, exactly, and it's a good game. Like previously we played Fortnite just because of my friends, so I'm happy that I got to play Battlefield with them.
Where would you like the Battlefield franchise to go for the next game?
Modern day will be nice, but maybe the Vietnam War, maybe the Afghanistan, something different, but modern day will be good as well.
That's all the questions, man. Thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. It was really nice to talk to you. I'm a big fan.
Thank you. Have a nice evening. One thing that you love about BF5?
Honestly, the fact that it's based more on skill, not so much on 3D spotting. So basically the spotting system, I guess.
One thing that you really dislike about this game?
Momently the time to death, I guess. Especially the one frame death.
And you feel like you die a bit too quickly and you can't react enough.
Yeah.
What's one thing that you would love to see added to this game?
I guess the maps, maybe.
So you want to play more maps?
Yeah, more maps, more factions, I guess. But that's coming, like we know that's coming.
Do you think BF5 is a better game than Battlefield 1?
Now, at this time, I'm not sure, but I'm betting it'll get way better than 1.
Do you know what RSP stands for?
The rental the server program.
Do you care about that? Do you think they're important or not care?
I mean, player-made servers can be cool, but I'm not really big into that.
Are you looking forward to the Firestorm Battle Royale mode?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Can't wait to die that tractor.
So you play like a lot of PUBG or Fortnite or anything like that?
PUBG mostly.
Where would you like the Battlefield franchise to go in the future, in the next game?
I guess just modern. I like the modern setting. Don't like the futuristic stuff. I like the old, like World War II, World War I, but too many already.
Have a good time, dude. Catch you later.
You too, man.
One thing that you dislike about BF5?
Yeah, that's a hard question. It all feels like the same Battlefield to me, so, every once in a while you get that itch, but, I don't know, you can also get kind of bored of it, in my opinion.
Is there anything you feel that the game is missing?
Oh, I'm bad at this. I feel like I'm just getting the same maps over and over again. Nobody wants to play any of the other ones, So, yeah, more map variety.
Did you play Battlefield 1?
Yeah.
Which game do you prefer, this or BF1?
Okay, here we go. I like the gunplay in Battlefield 5, but I like the maps more in Battlefield 1. But I'd still probably have to go with Battlefield 5.
Do you know what RSP stands for?
No.
Do you think that's important for the game to have servers that you can rent and customize and admin, or you don't really care?
Oh, 100%. I remember back in the day of like Battlefield 4, we'd always just, a couple of me and the guys just rent a server for a few weeks and then, you know, just have a blast.
Do you know much about the Battle Royale mode, Firestorm, and do you really care about it?
Yeah, not really. I play Battlefield for this gameplay and not really for the Battle Royale.
So how often do you play this game?
Well, since I just picked up Premiere yesterday to play Anthem, this is probably like the third time I played the game in a while, so not very often, but I will be playing it a lot for the, you know, duration of the Premiere.
Do you have a favorite Battlefield game from the past?
Battlefield 4. Close second is Bad Company 2, though, just saying.
Does it bother you that you can play as women in this game?
Not really. You know, it's just kind of skins in a way, so it doesn't really bother me now.
For the next Battlefield game, whatever it is, what setting would you like to see?
Oh, modern. I'm just a modern guy through and through.
What do you dislike about this game? What do you think it's missing?
About 90% of its content. This is like, how long has this game been out? A month or so? This is like a month's worth of griping, which I've sort of done. Now I need to try and remember what it was all about. I mean, yeah, I could do with more maps. I'm already kind of bored of the ones that are out now, because I play the game a lot. If you look at the interface and things, it's poorly thought out, it's not very intuitive. It's that sort of final polish that just it looks as if DICE didn't have time to do. That's missing, which makes the game frustrating to play. I mean, things like the like the time it takes to respawn when you die, having to go through the deployment menu. It's just clunky and annoying. It's just like if it had some more testing, that could have been avoided.
What do you like about this game? What keeps you coming back and playing it when you are enjoying it?
Because it is the closest thing to Battlefield 3 that is new. I love that game. The time to kill Battlefield 3 for me was perfect, and I feel this actually emulates it quite well. So it's still enjoyable from that perspective. But yeah, it feels as if it's lacking a lot of content, and there's a lot of bugs, and I don't want to say I won't buy the next Battlefield, because I always buy the Battlefield, but I will give it extra consideration as to whether or not I'll bother next time.
Within the context of Battlefield, do you know what RSP stands for?
No, I think it's important. I mean, at the end of, towards the end of Battlefield Lifespan, I found a particular hardcore server that I kept coming back to pretty much every day, just because of the particular way they set it up. I really liked it. And the same Battlefield 3, there were a few select servers that had good rotations that I always had favorited, and I pretty much played those exclusively.
Have you heard about Firestorm, the Battle Royale mode that's coming for this game?
I knew the Battle Royale mode was coming out. I didn't realise it was called Firestorm, but yeah.
And how do you feel about that?
I like Battle Royale. It's not my favourite game mode. I like the idea of sort of building a character in this game and other games, so the constant resetting that comes with Battle Royale isn't my thing, but I still play it. I am a little tired of Battle Royale games, so it'll have to be good for me to play it a lot. I mean, I've played PUBG, I've played COD. It needs to be something special.
Is there anything from previous Battlefield games that you would love to see in this game?
The one thing I just want more than ever is just the more content and the bugs fixed. The game itself seems decent enough. I mean, I like the time to kill. I like the class division now. I'd like some semi-auto rifles for the sniper rifle, which has more than 5 bullets, but that's just my preference. No, like they just need to keep working on it, work the bugs out, and get the content at it, really.
Do you think historical accuracy is important in a game like this, in a World War II setting, or do you not care, for example, that you can play as a man or a woman?
It doesn't bother me as it bothered a lot of people. If you read some of the psychotic comments on the internet, I play a woman just because, I don't know really why. But I would have preferred it without, but I think without women. But if they were going to do that, I feel that they'd make some other efforts to make it more historically accurate. What I really don't like, though, is the single-player missions. they seem to misrepresent history quite badly, particularly with the formation of the Special Boat Service and the Norwegian campaign, where I believe I haven't played that one, but I've played the others. They have a mother and daughter or something, basically taking the roles that were fulfilled by actual soldiers, and it just seems to take it a bit too far. I can put up with, having women in the game because it's not that much. It's not that distracting other than the ridiculous screaming they do when they get set on fire. But yeah, the historical changes they made in those single player campaigns, that to me is more disrespectful than anything. I lost a little bit of faith in DICE with that because it shows a lack of respect, and if they lack respect, then they don't have the ability to make a historically accurate game perhaps as well as I would like. I don't know, it bugged me.
So how often do you play BF5? Like, is it a regular thing for you?
Yeah, usually every day. I haven't played for a little while just because I don't know, just got a bit tired of it, played RimWorld instead. But yeah, usually every day.
How do you feel about the Tides of War stuff?
The last one I played quite a lot. This one not so much. I don't really like Squad Conquest. It seems to me like it only really works if you've got a group of people you know to play with. It seems to grossly go in favour of one team or the other if one person leaves. But other than that, yeah, I do some of the challenges. They're fun. It seems a decent way to unlock stuff. I would prefer to see the unlock mechanics from Battlefield 3 back, where you just unlocked stuff from using the guns, so you weren't constricted down a particular path. It's the same with the assignments. I feel there needs to be more variety, so you can play the way you want to, rather than the way the game makes you to unlock things. So yeah, I haven't looked at this Tides of War, the current one, that closely. I've sort of taken a little break recently, so I missed the first stage of this section, so I can't get the medic gun for a while now, which is annoying. I feel as if they should have just let you progress through with the whole thing. So like when it moves on to the next section, leave the previous sections open.
Let's say you could choose the setting for the next Battlefield game. What would you want it to be?
It's difficult, really. I never played 2142 to any significant degree, so I'd like to see something like that. But at the same time, I would quite favour Vietnam or possibly the Korea War. Something historical, but the problem is you can either go very historical, back into the age of musket warfare, which I just don't think will work. You can go for World War I, which they've done, World War II, which they've done, and obviously they have done Vietnam, but it's been a while, so that's what I would like.
Thanks so much for your time, Kakweed. I really appreciate that, man.
No problem.
Cool, have a good night. Take care.
You too. Maybe back in the fight, we'll lose.
Yeah, good luck. One thing that you love about Battlefield 5?
Oh, one thing.
Just one thing.
Generally, it's Second World War. That's good.
So you like the setting?
Yes, totally. That's my thing.
One thing that you don't like about the game?
Oh. Bad medics. Totally. I hate them.
What's one thing that you would love to see added to the game? What do you think the game's missing at the moment?
More tanks. More different tanks.
Which game was more fun, this game or Battlefield 1?
Bit of a 5.
You prefer BF5?
Yes.
Can you quickly summarize why that is?
It just feels better to me. First of all, the gunplay, the setting, and the first time a Battlefield in, I don't know, many years. I like.
Do you care that this game doesn't have rented servers that people can set up themselves?
Yes, that's a bad thing. I think it would be better. Yeah, totally.
And what are the reasons for that?
I think if you have rented servers and admins, they show over it, it could be more fun. And you can take your own settings if you want to. Change the game a bit.
So how often do you play BF5?
Oh. Well, every time I can.
Are you looking forward to the Battle Royale mode Firestorm, or do you not really care about that?
I'm really interested, because I want to see what they do with it.
For the next game, what do you want to see?
Oh, I don't care about the setting, but that they stay with and work with the community. I mean, DICE, to hear about their opinions about this game and change bad things in the next game, or yes, that's it.
Gunplay's really good. Accuracy's good. Like pretty much all around, it's a good game. I enjoy it.
And is there anything you feel is missing, or anything that you really dislike about the game?
I dislike that the weapon variety isn't as wide. Like as a medic, you can only use SMGs versus the other games. You'd be able to unlock shotguns or cross-weapon things, and then the lack of hardcore is kind of killing me.
Do you care about rented servers and them not being in the game? Do you think it's important?
It's extremely important, man. It kind of lets people break away from the normal to get into a different map pattern or a different set. You can do conquest and grand operations all into one.
Are you looking forward to the Battle Royale mode that's coming to the game?
God, no. That's going to be just pandering and trying to cater to a different audience.
Where would you like to see Battlefield go for the next setting?
Probably either modern or semi-futuristic, like 2143.
What's one thing that you really dislike about this game, and is there anything that you feel is missing?
The lack of auto balance at the end of rounds can lead to several rounds consecutively where one team's just getting raffle stomped through the game. So that could actually help. Like old Battlefield games would scramble the teams at the end of rounds or move squads around, and I felt that was a huge plus to the old games.
What's one thing that you love about this game?
The maps, the fact that you actually have to work together as a team to keep going and get an objective captured, and the variety in weapons and classes you have, so it's not just a single line mission every game.
Did you play Battlefield 1?
I've played Battlefield since Bad Company 2, all of them through.
And between this game and BF1, which do you prefer?
This one.
So within the context of Battlefield, do you know what RSP stands for?
The rent a server.
Yeah, and do you think that's important to have, or do you not care about it?
I think the ability to bring in the communities and have like clans and stuff with their own server would help benefit and keep the game alive for years rather than it just dying out after a year or two like they normally do. That, and it would also help build communities in the game rather than just a few random players here and there. You'd be able to gain other friends, have more squads, and just be overall better gameplay.
Have you heard about Firestorm, the Battle Royale mode? And if so, what are your thoughts on it?
It could be interesting, but I'm not quite sure it really fits into the Battlefield universe. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a go, but it could go either way.
So what's your favorite Battlefield game of all time?
No, it was Bad Company 2.
And what was it about that game?
The fact that you could obliterate the entire maps, and the way everything just seemed well balanced and evenly put together. Being able to level a building and wipe a squad from the other side of the map's always fun.
In terms of historical accuracy, how important is that for you in a game like BF5?
Keeping the weapons and vehicles relevant, yeah, but if we were to follow every battle as it was laid out and every spot, it'd get boring and be like a lot of other games that have been out there.
So do you care that you can choose your gender, for example?
I mean, I wish that both the models had hair to change so they weren't just a shaved version of a dude, but no, I don't mind.
Are there any features from previous Battlefield games that you would love to see in this game? What's missing?
I really appreciated Rush Mode, but it's coming back supposedly in one of the future Tides of War, so I can't wait for it to come back.
How do you feel about the current selection of maps?
I'm having fun with the maps we have right now. I mean, I've got my favorites and my least favorites, but adding another map's always fun.
If you could pick the setting for the next Battlefield game, what would you go for?
I'd go for futuristic. It hasn't been done by Battlefield in a while, and it just seems like something that'd be fun. There's not a lot of multiplayer futuristic games out there that aren't basically Call of Duty.
One thing that you really dislike about this game, what's it missing?
I don't like how they can keybind to their mouse wheel a single shot, like a rifle, to act like an automatic.
Anything that you really love about this game? What keeps you coming back?
Probably the graphics. Yeah, it looks awesome, yeah.
And are there any features from previous Battlefield games that you'd love to see in this game?
Not really. I enjoy this game. BF4, I was annoyed with all the infrared stuff.
Right, so you prefer the analog stuff?
Yeah, I don't like the scene in the dark business.
Right. And how important is historical accuracy to you in a World War II game like this?
It's pretty important. I mean, I used to play COD, the Second World War stuff, and that's what turned me on to it, really. All the way from COD 1.
Old school, man. So do you care that people can play as a woman in this game, in a World War II shooter?
No, it doesn't bother me at all.
So do you feel that this game needs custom servers that people can rent and change?
I do.
And what are the reasons for that? Why do you feel like it's necessary?
I think that, I don't know, I think you should have control over your own server, because there's a lot of people that are dirty players, I think, and you should be able to take them out. And I noticed they've been blocking a lot of the language and stuff, but just some of the racial stuff and I don't know, just find it annoying, the chat.
Okay, so you like the control that admins have to kick people?
Yeah, I was an admin all through, all the way to COD 4, with all different clans and stuff, and we were fair, but it's nice to have control over the idiots. Like this Cuban Jew, what he's saying up there, that's unacceptable.
If you could pick the setting for the next Battlefield game, what would you choose?
I'm not into the futuristic business. I would pick maybe Vietnam, because I never did play the Battlefield Vietnam.
What's one thing that you dislike about this game?
Actually, nothing. I actually like it.
Is it anything that you feel is missing? Anything you'd like them to add?
No, the only thing I think they should do is they should have the weapons at different types of damages. I know, like in your assault class, you only have 2 different type of damages for your rifles. I think there should be a wide variety of damage for whatever type of weapons you have.
Did you play much Battlefield 1?
Yes, I did. I actually liked that game, but Battlefield 4 was my favorite until they started nerfing everything.
So how often do you play BF5?
Just about every day.
Have you heard about Firestorm, the Battle Royale mode that's coming to the game, and what are your thoughts on that?
It's the Battle Royale, like what's on PUBG there, Perry.
Yeah, no, I haven't played that. I haven't played PUBG either.
Okay, so do you care much for Battle Royale modes coming to Battlefield 5, or not bothered?
No, I don't like it.
Is there any feature from previous Battlefield games that you'd love to see in this game?
No, not really, just some different maps.
So you feel like the game needs more maps at this point?
Yes, I do. But that's one reason I play every day, so that could be that too.
In terms of historical accuracy, let's say the fact that you can play as a woman in this game, does that bother you at all?
No, it doesn't.
If you could choose the setting for the next Battlefield game, what would you prefer, or do you not really care?
I really don't care. I would probably lean towards modern, but I don't want the modern to where you're jumping off the walls and doing all that stuff.
Right, boots on the ground.
Well, for me personally, I feel like it's very similar in mechanics and everything to Battlefield 1. I almost feel like it could have been a DLC for Battlefield 1. Like, I don't know that it needed to be a $60 rebuy. I would really like to see a mode where, like, you've got the Panzer level where there's like 6 tanks on each side. I would like to see one where there's like 30 tanks on each side. Like, everyone gets a tank. Something like, they added it kind of late in Battlefield 1 where you have like the Behemoth mode where it's just a bunch of behemoths kind of going at it. I'd like to see something like that in the game. What's
one thing that you like about the game? What keeps you coming back and playing it?
Oh, the graphics, of course, are really good. I think DICE does a great job with that. Like the Battlefront series looked really, really good as well. And it's pretty smooth. I don't have a ton of bugs with the game, and the gunplay is really good. The weapons all feel really good. They shoot pretty much how you would think that they should, that kind of stuff. So it plays really well, and I do like the objectives, and the squad-based play, I think, is better than in some other kind of scramble shooters. I think that there's a whole lot of play the objective kind of mentality with these games.
Within the context of Battlefield, do you know what RSP stands for?
I'm going to guess Respawn.
So it stands for Rent a Server Program, and in BF5 there are no custom servers that you can rent yourself. Obviously in previous Battlefield games we had that. Do you think they're important to have in BF5, or do you not really care about them?
I don't really care that much about it. Like, I know that a lot of people really like the whole server browser stuff. I like just being able to drop into a game, and then I'm not too big on the modded servers where they have, you know, certain weapons that are banned or buffed or whatever, stuff like that. I'm not real big on those.
So you just prefer pressing quick play and then boom, you're in a game?
Pretty much, yeah. Sometimes I'll pick like a mode like Conquest or whatever, but yeah, I'm not huge on the supreme customization of the match types.
Have you heard about Firestorm, the Battle Royale mode that's coming to this game, and what are your thoughts on it?
I know that Battle Royale is kind of the big thing right now. Like, I've played a lot of PUBG, and Fortnite really isn't my thing. It's something I think could be fun, but I also feel like there are other games that do it like PUBG does it really well. I don't know that that's the strong suit of a game like this. Like I said, the playing the objective and kind of team-based stuff like that is really what I like about this game. So I don't know how a Battle Royale might fit with it. I think it's something that developers feel like they just need to have because it's kind of the hot topic.
Did you play Battlefield 1?
I did. I played it for pretty much until this one came out.
If you were to compare those games, which one is better in your opinion, BF5 or BF1?
I feel like 5 does do a better job at incentivizing playing the objective. I felt like in 1 I was just kind of getting shot in the back a lot with, you know, everybody was just kind of playing team deathmatch even on some of the more objective-based modes. For I don't know what they did exactly, but I do feel like 5 has a greater emphasis on playing the objective.
How important is historical accuracy for you in a Battlefield game? Do you dislike it that people can select to play as a woman, for example?
I don't really dislike it. I think that it might not be as clear whenever you first load into the game that you have the ability to switch it. So I feel like some people feel like they might be kind of trapped with one without kind of knowing how you could change it, because the user interface overall that's one thing that's kind of poor with the game, is whenever you're not in a match, the user interface isn't really intuitive to figure out how you want to swap your weapons and build your different kits and that kind of stuff.
So you'd love to see some improvements to the UI?
I think that would improve a lot of what people don't like about it, just making it easier to know what you can change and how to do it.
If you could choose which setting or which era the next Battlefield game was set in, what would you pick?
I kind of liked the hype train whenever people thought that this one might be Vietnam, and I've played the Rising Storm Vietnam game. That's something I'd like to see them tackle, something that's kind of different from World War I and World War II, and then modern times that they've done something that's kind of in between.